What's up, everybody? Lines on Paper here, and this is my review of Empyre #0 from Marvel Comics, brought to us by Al Ewing and Pepe Larraz. Now, before I get too much into the review, I just want to highlight my Indiegogo campaign for Malevolent Rising Issue 3. It's currently live and funding. I don't have a lot of backers yet. I'm hoping that's going to change, but please give a chance, or if you have a chance, check out my page, take a look at the video, see if it's something you're interested in, and if so, give it some support. I would appreciate it very much. But on to the review. So Avengers Empyre is one of their many summer events coming. We've got Empyre, we've got Outlawed, we've got something with Null and Venom coming up. So we're already feeling a little bit of fatigue when it comes to the events, but this is the latest one, so we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. So this is #0, which is kind of a lead up to the main event, brought to us by Al Ewing and Pepe Larraz. So first, I've got to get the gushing out of the way. I love Pepe Larraz artwork. I would literally buy any book this guy draws just to look at the pictures, because it is fantastic, as you will see as soon as Comixology finishes buffering. But I'm doing a live video today rather than my usual slideshow, so we're just going to take what we can get. Going into the story while we're waiting for the images to pop up, what you've got is the Kotati, which are a plant race that live on the blue side of the moon in the Marvel Universe, who had a conflict with the Kree, back when the Kree had a civilization or a city there on our moon. And it starts off in the past showing the outcome of that conflict and how the Kree basically decimated them to take over their chunk of the moon. And now the Kotati, over the last year or so in the Marvel Cosmic books, have kind of come back up a little bit into prominence and have been featured in a couple of stories that they reference back to in Empyre #0. So while it references back to stories from the last year, 2 years, 3 years, I wouldn't say that you necessarily would have had to have read those stories to understand what's going on in this book. I certainly had not read all of the stories leading up to it, but there we go, some imagery. But I understood what was going on. I was able to follow the story relatively well. It's a good story. It leads up to something that has potential to be interesting, although I would not call this story or this particular book overly interesting. It's pretty to look at because, again, it's Pepe Larraz, who I love his stuff, but story-wise, I don't know. They go to the moon, they deal with this, it's a Kree sentry that's got some kind of a Skrull monster for a head controlling it. They have to fight that guy, and the Kotati come to the rescue, particularly the Kotati clone of the Avenger Swordsman, and they start talking about an impending crisis that not only the Kotati have seen coming, they have a messiah figure who has been coming up as a religious leader in their race, and he foresees a conflict with the Kree and the Skrull, who have formed an alliance for the first time since ever. They're mortal enemies, and now they've come together. And the Avengers, knowing that that's bad news, are going to side with the Kotati and try to help them defend themselves and defend their civilization from this new Skrull Kree onslaught. On the other end of this, we learn that the Fantastic Four, for whatever reason, or it's strongly hinted, that they are on the side of the Kree and the Skrull against the Kotati. So the interesting possible lead up is the potential of actually having the Fantastic Four and the Avengers maybe coming to blows somewhat in this storyline. If you have the Kotati are really up to something bad that Reed Richards and family figured out, and they're helping the Skrull prevent it, and the Avengers are somehow duped, that could set up for an interesting conflict. I don't know if that's the direction they're going to go. It would be interesting. I'd like to see it, but we'll find out. This book overall, if you're going to follow the event, obviously you're going to have to pick it up. Most of Marvel books, it looks like, over the summer are going to be somehow tied into this. There's going to be lots of little tie-ins and one-offs and everything else they're going to have to do with it. So if you want to get involved, it's a good read. Al Ewing's a capable enough writer. I mean, I've loved Immortal Hulk. I gush about that series every time I have a reason to review it. Pepe Larraz, again, his artwork is awesome. You're not going to regret buying this one book as a one-off, but if you want to go for the rest of the series, I'll probably check out the first one, but It's really going to have to hook me. I want to see some decent artwork for a summer event because I feel if Marvel's going to showcase a story that's going to encompass all the titles, they should really be putting their A-list talent in charge of all of it. This book had A-list talent, and it set the bar pretty high for the rest of the series. So overall, do I recommend this book? I give it a sideways thumb. It was beautiful to look at. It was an okay story. It's a lead-in, so you're not expecting a whole lot to come out of it. But it definitely planted the seeds that this could be something interesting, and I'm going to see where it goes. So I'll check out Empyre #1. I know there's the Empyre Fantastic Four, I think comes out next week. I'll do a review of that when it comes out. Again, check out my Indiegogo campaign. Malevolent Rising issue #3 is now live and funding. And thanks for sitting and talking comics with me. Hope to see you again soon. Bye.